Tonight, the autopsy on the late Sharon Otieno's body has finally been revealed.
Even as that mystery continues to unravel, Kenyans have been assured of beefed-up security ahead of the football match between Harambee Stars of Kenya and the Black Stars of Ghana.
Also tonight, on the Friday briefing, a man known to fight for Kenyans' rights.
Exactly. He is the people's advocate, as many of you know him, having sued over 1,000 personalities in the law courts. We're talking about the one, the only Andrew Okia Omtata, who will be joining us tonight.
Good evening. Good to see you. Welcome to KTN Friday Briefing. I am Ashley Mazuri. Our sign language interpreter is Maresha Owiti.
And I'm Jesse Rogers. Friday Briefing starts right now.
Nonsensical political views will never restore Sharon back to Otieno's family.
Shock and anguish as government chief pathologist conducts post-mortem on Sharon Otieno's body.
Mimi sitakubali intimidation from anybody, from any member.
Bring it on. Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko dares MCAs over impeachment threat over his deputy.
Hardship counties seek audience with Revenue Allocation Commission over Equalization Fund.
Plus, 2 people killed, houses torched as skirmishes erupt between 2 communities in Narok County. Once again, it's a pleasure to have you with us here on KTN Friday Briefing. Now, the autopsy on the late Sharon Otieno's body shows she was stabbed 8 times.
Now, the team led by the chief government pathologist, Johansen Odor, said Sharon, a student at Rongo University, died as a result of excessive bleeding.
The report shows that Sharon was stabbed 3 times on the neck, 4 times on the back and the left side of the abdomen.
Now, the report further says that the stab on the side of the abdomen went through and pierced the 7-month fetus, killing the unborn child.
See, for Sharon Otieno has just concluded. The autopsy team was led by the chief government pathologist, Johansen Odor, who is here. We had a very big team from the homicide section of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations in Nairobi, for which we thank Bwana Kinoti and the IG and the local investigating machinery. I want to allow Dr. Johansen Odor to brief you on what we have unraveled in the autopsy.
Yeah, thank you very much. We've concluded the autopsy after a long day of waiting and doing the postmortem. And what we want to say is the late Sharon died as a result of severe bleeding. This bleeding was caused by stab wounds. She was stabbed 3 times on the neck. She was stabbed 4 times on the back and on the left side of the abdomen. So those were 8, total of 8 stab wounds. She also have many other bruises which look like someone who was in a struggle. There was also attempted at strangulation of the late Sharon. The stab wound which was on the abdomen went through and pierced the baby also from the abdomen to the back. It means that also the baby died because of the same injuries which the late Sharon sustained. So we've taken samples for further analysis, which will help us to unravel this mystery and this death, which we've handed the DCI and the government analysts, so that now we can be able to know what went on. Thank you very much.
There was a word that she could have also been raped.
Yeah, in fact, we suspect, because from what we saw, it's clear that there's a very high likelihood that she was also raped, yes. Yeah.
Was the fetus there?
Pardon?
The fetus, was it there?
It was there, yes. And as I said, this fetus was also stabbed by the stab wound which was on Sharon's abdomen. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, we have Martin, who is leading the DCI team. In terms of the investigations, he can tell you where they are going from now. So it's okay. Yeah, so if there is any question we can take. If there is none, what we are praying for is that justice be done. From the autopsy, I can confirm that the investigation can now narrow and become more targeted than it was before. We can begin thinking about the motive and others if you consider the issue of even the fetus being stabbed to death within the womb. So we are only praying now that this concludes. As I did say before, we are not going to bury Sharon Otieno in the land of our ancestor before the people who killed her are arrested. So I want to urge Bwana Kinoti and his team to bring this to a conclusion so that justice can be seen to be done. I thank you.
Dr. Dwar, is it possible to know when the comprehensive result will be out?
But these results, there are so many angles in this result. There is the question of DNA. We've taken samples, and the ball is on the court of the government analyst, which I will not be able to say how long. Also the question of the scene investigation, and the other which are under the DCI court. So it's very, very difficult for me to comment on that.
Meanwhile, in another story, a student at Mokomo Girls High School in Kakamega County has died.
The deceased was a Form 2 girl and the cause of her death was not immediately established.
The body of the girl was taken from the school dormitory and to the Kakamega Referral Hospital mortuary.
Police have confirmed the incident and said that they're probing the sad incident.
Askari wakaenda huko wakadhibitisha na mwili ukatolewa kwa hiyo shule na ikapelekwa kwa mochari. Kabla hiyo tukailikuwa ya kwamba hiyo mwanafunzi alikuwa na matibabu, alikuwa mtu wa kifafa, alikuwa na epilepsy kwa muda mrefu, alikuwa kitibiwa na alikuwa under medication, na kutoka hapo baada kupelekwa kwa mochari tunangojea postmortem tuonyeshe ilikuwa nini ilikuwa imefanya kifo chake kikatokea, na saa hii kesi yake iko chini ya uchunguzi.
To Nairobi now, where Governor Mbuvi Sonko has dared the county assembly members to go ahead and impeach him if they are dissatisfied with him.
Sonko says he will not be intimidated by the MCAs who on Thursday impeached the city speaker Beatrice Elachi over alleged gross misconduct.
And as Duncan now reports, the Nairobi governor now says he will be going back to the Supreme Court to seek its advisory over the fate of his deputy.
I'm on the run, and then I take a stand. I had to run like a fugitive.
Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko is a man on a run literally, and now members of his county assembly have drawn a red line. Sonko has been put on notice.
And it was resolved by the 100+ MCAs unanimously that number one, the governor of Nairobi must appoint a deputy governor within the next 14 days. Failure to will invoke Article 179, Article 180, Article 181 of the Constitution. Number two, we've said the governor was elected in the jurisdiction of Nairobi City County government. And we've said the governor must report back to his office, a gazetted headquarters of Nairobi City County, which is not in Moa Hills in Machakos.
The 14-day notice ends on Thursday, 20th September, in what might appear to be round 2 of their political battle with the county leadership, after they overwhelmingly voted to impeach Speaker Beatrice Elachi.
Unajua kuanzia mwezi wa 3 hatujakuwa na deputy governor. Hayo tu ndio nimesikia motion imekuja na our colleagues na bunge limepitisha likasema tunataka kuwa na mdogo wa governor within 14 days.
After dealing with the issue of inadequacy, incompetency on the side of the speaker, we decided now we are taking now the ball to the governor. Failure in 14 days to appoint his principal assistant, subject to the Supreme Court advisory, as assembly, we are going to invoke Article 179, Article 180, Article 181 for the people.
But speaking at his Moa Hills residence in Machakos County Friday, the governor has dismissed the ultimatum.
In as much as I respect the Nairobi County Assembly and the members of the Nairobi County Assembly, mimi sitakubali intimidation from anybody, from any member.
he accuses the assembly of engaging in political witch hunt.
I think I have to go back to the Supreme Court and seek for further clarification on what is next after complying with the same advisory opinion by appointing a deputy governor. Then the same is rejected by the county assembly. What is next?
It will be remembered that the maverick Nairobi governor nominated controversial lawyer Miguna as his deputy, but his nomination was rejected by the county assembly. Duncan, Khaemba, KTN News.
Thank you, Duncan. But moving on, efforts by the embattled Kenya Primary School Heads Association, KEPSHA Chair Shem Ndolo to convene a National Executive Council meeting turned chaotic earlier today when irate protesters stormed the meeting demanding his resignation.
Now, the group is demanding that Ndolo relinquishes the association's leadership and retire.
Last month, the annual KEPSHA conference was marred by chaos and confrontation after a section of school heads forcefully ejected him from the conference.
Ndolo is also fighting allegations of misappropriation of funds and high-handedness.
Don't try that. Tell Shem Ndolo, I respect Kenyan laws.
KEPSHA is the umbrella body of all head teachers in this country. And head teachers are members of a union called Kenya National Union of Teachers. And the law at the Teacher Service Commission is that you cannot be allowed to hold office if you are past 60 years old. So these people are holding office illegally. We have got the chairman, who is Mr. Shem Ndolo. During the Mombasa conference, Shem Ndolo was chased out of the hall by delegates.
2 people were killed and 10 others left nursing injuries following a second-day clashes between 2 warring communities living at the border of Narok North and South sub-counties.
Now, the 2 were killed last evening by arrow shots few hours after security team held a peace meeting with the 2 communities.
Over 20 houses were also reduced to ashes as women and children in the affected continue to flee the area.
Now, local leaders have asked the government to bolster security in the area to avoid escalation of the conflict.
Areas affected include Nkareta, Melelo and Olmegenyo, known to border Masai Mau forest to the south.
Kuna mtu wameua juu ya bure tu, wamekuta tu mtu ameuliwa ikachukuliwa mbuzi yake. Sasa hiyo vita wakaanza nduru, Kipsigis wakaanza nduru. Sana hata walikuwa wanasema, juzi wengine walikuwa wanasema sio sisi, ni wale watu waliotolewa Mau Forest. Na kwa nini serikali waliwacha hiyo watu wakae mahali? Kwa ajili sasa hiyo nduru wakipiga wanaanza hiyo maneno ya kusema kwa ajili watu wametolewa Mau Forest, wanaanza nduru kubwa sana.
Saa ile mimi natoa ukali iko huko, anasema askari iko gari hatujui ni ya Bomet, hatujui ni ya wapi, kwa sababu amedeploy askari wengi katika area hii asichome boma ya deputy governor. Tunashangaa mwananchi wengine ni kiolela tu inaweza choma. Kuna chief hapa ambayo amechomwa, ambayo ni huyu ni ya serikali, ambayo ni retired chief. Tunashangaa mbana yule iko important na wengine hapana iko important.
Raia wache mambo ya vita, kwa sababu mahali imefika ni serikali kuu tu inaweza intervene.
Friday Briefing takes its first commercial break.
But even as we do, as we had mentioned earlier, Okia Omtata is set to join us as the guest anchor of tonight's edition of Friday Briefing. We will take a look at the man who is deemed to be a legend in terms of fighting for the rights of people, in terms of people advocate, talk about suing over 1,000 personalities. Is this true? We'll definitely find out later on during the Friday Briefing. Do stay with us. We take a short break. We'll be right back.